The period of apprentice nursing started in Middle Ages. It began from the 11th century until the year 1836. It was also known as the period of on-the-job training because nursing care during this time was performed without any formal education, and nursing was done by people who were directed by more experienced nurses. This is the kind of nursing which was developed by religious orders of the Christian Church. During this time, there was a struggle for religious, political, and economic power. Therefore, crusades took place in order to gain this religious, political, and economic power. During the crusades, Christians were divided due to several religious wars, and the monks were the ones who tended the sick, like the monastic orders and the Sisters of Charity. The Crusades saw the formation of several orders of knights, including the Knight of St. John of Jerusalem, or also known as the Knights of the Hospitallers, the Teutonic Knights, the Knights of St. Lazarus, and the Alexian Brothers. These brothers in arms provided nursing care to the sick and injured comrades. After this crusade came the dark period of nursing, or the Dark Era. It started from the 17th century until the 19th century. This is also called the period of Reformation because it happened until the American Civil War. Because of these crusades, nursing went down to the lowest level. It is believed that due to the anger of Protestantism, who confiscated properties of hospitals and schools connected with Roman Catholicism, nurses then fled. They no longer want to work, and because they had no place to work. Soon there was shortage of people to take care of the sick. Hundreds of hospitals were closed during this time, and there was no provision for the sick and no one to take care of them. Nursing then became the work of the least desirable of women. These are the prostitutes, the alcoholics, the prisoners. And this is the era or the period that considered as the dark age for nursing because nursing is considered as a very low job in terms of social hierarchy. It is a job for the uneducated and the poor and a desperate occupation for women. Until a pastor by the name of Theodore Flidner and his wife Frederica established the Kaiserwerth Institute for the Nursing of Deaconesses. This is the first formal training school for nurses in Germany, and one of the students in this training school is Florence Nightingale. Florence Nightingale was an English lady from a very wealthy family during the Victorian era. She finished her 3 months course of nursing study in Kaiserswerth Institute. So as we know, Florence Nightingale is the mother of modern nursing. She was born on May 12, 1800 in Florence, Italy. Raised in England in an atmosphere of culture and affluence. However, she is not contented with the social custom imposed upon her as a Victorian lady. She had a goal, and that goal is to change the profile of nursing during this time. At the age of 31, she entered the Deaconess School of Kaiserwerth in spite of her family's resistance to her ambition. She still became a nurse over the objections of her family and the society. She then led other nurses who took care of the wounded soldiers during the Crimean War, and therefore she upgraded the practice of nursing and made nursing an honorable profession for women. So we know that Florence Nightingale is known as the Lady with the Lamp because of her achievements in improving the standards of care, therefore decreasing the number of casualties inside the military barracks during the Crimean War. She had a compilation of her notes of her visits to hospitals and her observation of the sanitary facilities and social problems of the places she visited. She noted the need for preventive medicine and good nursing. She also advocated for those afflicted with diseases caused by lack of hygienic practices inside those military barracks. Florence Nightingale was able to write down her ideas and publish it into two books, the Notes on Nursing, What It Is and What It Is Not, and the Notes on Hospital. Florence Nightingale revolutionized the public's perception of nursing, that nurses is not the image of a doctor's handmaiden. She also revolutionized the method of educating nurses. That's why on the next period of history of nursing, educative nursing is also known as Nightingale's era.